Well, it's a strange thing growing old, because you're the survivor and your world is not. Your world has passed away, and it's a strange world now. It's not the one you're familiar with. It's something sort of surreal, beyond what your world was. I remember going back to Southend-on-Sea after about 20 years away, possibly more, and I was a stranger there in my own town. The people there were now new. They were different. The teachers I was at school with, helping. They felt they knew Southend, but I knew Southend before them, a long way before them. And they couldn't quite adjust to the fact that I knew the place better than them in a way. I knew more about their place. But I was new from their point of view to it. I wasn't part of their world. And I presented to them strange alienation that someone could somehow be established in their world that they had no contact with, and in fact not the details of the world that was before they knew it. Well, growing old is like that. You speak as someone from a different world, and they really don't know what to make of it. And the people of your world are now, they've moved across the divide before you. And your meaning is with them, not actually here. You feel out of place here now. You don't quite belong here, you belong there, beyond death, in the kingdom of heaven. Now they mourn your loss, but there's no need to them to mourn your loss from your point of view, because, well, you're far better off where you are now, in heaven. And in fact, if anything, you're the one that's mourning for concern for them and not being able to care for them in quite the same way as you did, or you could have done when you were living with them. And you just so wish them well. You want to comfort them. And they're all very sad that, Granny or Grandad has died. Or Mum or Dad. Or their partner, their best friend. But you don't need them to be sad for you. You understand that they feel the loss of not having you. And they have regrets. They wish they, had done more. Relationship had been better, and if only, etc., etc. But the one who's died doesn't want you to be in sadness. Just wants you to know that you still love them. In fact, you love them more now than ever you did before. And you did nothing but wish them well. And in fact, you're part of the guardianship of them. within your family. And they too will pass to where you are now. And you'd like them to know this, because they wouldn't be half as concerned about things if they did know this. But it's not yours to tell them. Because it's part of being where they are, that they may sort out what they truly value in life. What is a blessing and what is not. And to choose the good. That they too dwell with you in heaven. You know this, but in large measure they do not. And cannot. Else they could not come. They need to experience a little longer the world of good and of evil, uncertainty and scarcity, transitory living, that they might value eternal life and come to you. Thank you, Dad. Thank you for all your love, your care, your creativity. The two worlds as we see it, the world of the transitory and the eternal, heaven and earth. Love you, Dad. Thank you for your love and care. Thank you, Dad. Well, people don't feel alienated when you're continued with them. I mean, you know, your family, and say you've lived near your family, close, and where your grandma or granddad, and you're part of their world, you see. Whereas, of course, when they get dumped in a home, suddenly all the environment is new and different. And they feel that this is not their world. Why are they still here? They can't apparently stay in the world that they were in. You know, you may have sold their home in order to pay for the rest home or whatever. And they can't go back, and this is not the place that they're destined for, of course. This is just a holding place until they die. And they know this. And if they're still compass at all, they relate to other people in the same boat. And there's some fellowship there. If they're less so, and perhaps not a very sociable character really anyway, then they become extremely isolated in their new environment. And when you do visit them, well, they just moan and groan about how unsatisfactory their situation is now, and everyone's just waiting for them to go. And the home may help them in this regard. You're never quite sure. I should dwell for a while on what is the best frame of mind to have as you travel through old age and into the next world. It is of one who has been sent by God, and you're going to be leaving again soon and going home to heaven. You're concerned that those who you have to leave behind may be troubled by this. You want them to know that things are very much all right with you. Your concern is entirely with them. When you do see them, you know, possibly with grandchildren or whatever it is, it's a delight to you. You're so pleased to see them. so wanting to bless them and the children, in other words, probably your children and your grandchildren, and you're there to be a blessing. At this stage of your life, God is very real to you. You see, that's what matters. And if he does matter, it's because he's mattered during your life. It's not a disaster if God hasn't been major in your life, because he can be now. And you can, by contrast to the conquest of living, the battles and experience, enter a great peace now of devotion to him. It's got nothing to do with whether you have already, but entirely to do with how much you want to love God in the now. And that may be very much because there's been such a dearth of such when you look back across your life. And you're now very grateful for this opportunity to focus utterly on him. In other words, this is a wonderful opportunity for your life to be the success that it should have been, rather than perhaps the rather lack of success that you might have felt it otherwise was. So you can delight in the fact that you now have some extension of life in which to so occupy yourself. And you make yourself a blessing to those people around you, in as far as you can, in as far as opportunity arises. And you see God in each of the moments of your days. And you know in your heart where you're going, to be with him and those that you love. This may not have been an assurance you had during life because you did not need it. You needed to be free to come to experience and understand good and evil. And now you have the great opportunity of consolidating on that, which many of your fellow travellers in life did not get further opportunity to have. They died at whatever age they did. But you have been given longer life and this quiet time to gather yourself into the arms of God. Bless you. Lord bless you. And he does. Lord keep you. Fill your life with joy and peace. And fill you with hope when you reflect upon all the goodness you've had in life. Every moment you have valued, every meal, every person, every event, every change, every place you lived, all the things you've done. When you fill your life with gratitude and thanks, you will realize that this is the finest time of your life here in the world of good and evil, before you go back to your real home, which is with a Heavenly Father and heaven, the vast heavenly host, of which you are an eternal member, always have been and always will be, thanks affect your experience here in the universe of good and evil, change, scarcity, uncertainty. Bless you. Thank you, Dad. I'd like to add something for the children that are present at the funeral, or the children who consider, one's death. That the body in that coffin that's waiting to be cremated does not have the spirit. It's a dead body. It's the car I rode, the car I used to drive, the house that perhaps I used to live in, the clothes that perhaps I wore, but it is not me. I am spirit. You are spirit. You are spirit that is identified with your body for a while. 50, 70, 90, whatever it is. 100 years, whatever. It's not you. There's no point in you feeling that that's Granny laying there. It is not. It is the body that you're used to, and you have seen Granny in that form, but it is not her. And she is spirit. And, typically she is very aware of the funeral at present. She is here with you just as much as if you close your eyes, you still know that the people you've come with and the congregation are here with you. It's just that you identify them all with the body, which is a very strange thing to do because the material in the body is coming and going all the time during life. They reckon that every cell in the body changes in a period of something like 7 years, in which case, none of the material you're carrying now is much of you, of your original body at all. And of course you know yourself that you start as a tiny cell and you collect all sorts of nutrition, and the body appears, develops. But it's only made of the elements of the matter of the world that you're in. It's not you. It's what has formed your body. So it's not Granny laying there or me laying there. If I'm here, it's because I'm with you in spirit, and I want to be here because you're my loved ones and you've come to a funeral, and I don't want you to be unhappy, so I've come and I'm with you. And I'm delighted you come. Very nice of you. And it's nice to hear this obituary of me. I didn't realize I was such a wonderful person. Bless you. I won't put you right, okay? I'd rather you had this view of me. That's just lovely, and thank you very much. And I'd like to bless you. But if I spoke to you now, you'd all drop dead with fright, so I won't. And I certainly won't be talking from that body laying there. You can do what you like with that, that's fine. It's not a problem to me. I just want you to be so blessed. I just want you to be so blessed. And really I'd like you to know that don't fear death. It's not a problem. The fear of death is only to make sure you don't cut short your life and miss this fantastic opportunity you have in life to come to value all that is good. I could put in the obvious from my point of view, come to know your Heavenly Dad as I do, and probably better. Bless you. Bless you. Thank you, Dad. And I nearly forgot, I must put in this plug. Do follow me on YouTube if you can. It's there to bless you all your life. Bless you. Thank you, Dad.